Hey guys, welcome to Raffin's Teach Options Trading, and we are happy that you're here. So today I wanted to go ahead and look at Palantir. We all know Palantir had their earnings today on the 2nd of February 2026. Um, let's go to the 15 minutes and see here. I believe Palantir was up about 8%. So let's see, let's make sure we are accurate. So yeah, they were up about 8% on earnings, and they had good earnings, so they were up about 8 point something 96%, close to that. So let's go back to the daily. Their performance hasn't been that great. So performance here, according to TradingView, 1 week they've been down 12%. 1 month they've been down 18%. Not pretty good. Um, for their performance for the past 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, not very good. Technicals, we have a sell right here. Analyst rating, we have a neutral. So not a sell, not a buy, just neutral. Um, Pretty much that's all we got there. Looking at the chart, because that's the most important thing, and that's where you really see the picture of what we're talking about. Um, have some boxes right here, and I'm on the daily time frame. So I have some boxes right here. And I want to go through a few things, few key things here that I see when I open this chart. And this is something we actually do teach students, how to understand these charts effectively, knowing how to have good entries and good exits on your trades as we trade options on this group, this community that we have going on here. So we can see about this time period. This is from the 18th of September to 24th of October. Palantir was just chopping around. We had a nice breakout. We can see these nice candles here. The bulls did hold, and we had a nice breakout to the upside to about $207.35. Immediately, sellers stepped in, or guys sold their options contracts or their shares, and that was during earnings. So we can see the price drop past the moving averages that we got here, and that's the 9 EMA. We got the 21 EMA dropped, came back up, tried to hold this area for a move further up to probably the previous all-time high, but failed. You can see the sellers pushed the prices down. Look at this candle right here. The bulls tried to hold. Nope. Pushed further down, came into this area again. You see the same chop action around here, and this candle came right into the same area. So the buyers did step in at this area, so we can establish there was a support here. The buyers did step in at this area, pushed the prices high up, and we can see this was also a previous support. Let me just show you that. So this was a previous support. We can see it was a support right here. We can see it was support right here, but it turned out to be a resistance right there. So we can see Palantir dropped to this area again where we have the chop action going on right here, dropped right there, broke out of that area very well, very well, pumped all the way up again. You know, you can see how all that went on. Now, the key place, remember this area was support right here. Right here, it turned out to be resistance. So here's why this area, this 147 area was key for Palantir to hold, because we have this saying that goes in trading, support turns to be resistance and resistance turns to be support. So this was a key support area for Palantir, resistance, support. We have support right there. You got support right there. What's going to be right here? We can only hope that we'll find support right here. Now, Palantir did um, On the earnings call today, they went up 8 point something percent, which was pretty good. But how can we establish that, it's really, really found support right there? You can't really know until the next trading sessions. We make sure that we are holding right above here, and we can see Palantir move further up to this area right here, about 161 area, move to this area. Remember, this was a previous resistance. We want to see Palantir go back to around this area, and hopefully, if the buyers step in, see Palantir move further up. Now, this is a key area that Palantir needs to hold for the bulls. This is a very, very key area that Palantir needs to hold so that we can establish that we are going further up. However, um, if you're entering this trade, my suggestion would be having an effective risk management strategy, because if Palantir doesn't hold this area in the coming trading sessions, you don't want to be in a drawdown going further down to all these areas, because this is a pretty big um, drawdown, especially when you're doing options contract. 148 to 142, that's like a $6 you know drop. That is pretty big. So if you're trading options, and like a group rough and stitch options trading, we do swing options trading. So if you're doing options, you want to have a tight, effective stop loss so that you're not having a huge drawdown. So key things here, like I said, it's below the 200-day SMA. We want to see it go back up to that. The next thing, if you're trading uh, on the weekly time frame, we want to see Palantir hold here, because this is very key. This is very key for us to establish a better price action, and knowing that the bulls did hold this area and we're going further up. However, if Palantir doesn't hold here, we may see Palantir drop potentially to maybe about 142 area. And if it doesn't do that, and I'm not saying it's not going to hold, but if it doesn't do that, we may see Palantir go back to this area. Again, this is a key area here. Um, this was a previous all-time high back on the 18th of Feb 2025, right? It was about $125. So this is another key area that's definitely on my mind right here. So that if Palantir potentially doesn't hold all these areas, we may see Palantir drop to around here, and hoping we can find buyers as well right here who can, be able to push the prices back up to about there, next stop around that area, next stop around that area, and go further up. Again, I'm not saying, if we find buyers here, we'll see a straight parabolic move up, but at least these are the price or the profit targets you would have in mind, or the profit target areas that you would have in mind. So key things here, before I wind up this video, we want to see Palantir hold right here. If you're entering a trade on this, if it's options trade or shares, you're buying some shares, you want to have an effective risk management strategy. And that is something, if you're new to trading stocks or trading options, that is something that we do teach in our group, how to have an effective risk management strategy. You need to have that so that if Palantir doesn't hold here, you're not having such a huge drawdown. Because if you see, most of the time, if you see a key support area has been broken, most of the time you do see a massive sell-off, and that can potentially take prices further down. So key areas to watch right here, 147 area, another key area, 142 area, another key area, about 125 to 133. Those are my key areas right now. As I like to put it, just a quick disclaimer: everything on this channel is for educational purposes only, and it is not financial advice. And trading options, shares, and other types of assets does involve risk. and you are responsible for your own decisions. So thank you guys for watching. Uh, Feel free to drop a comment in the video, subscribe as we're a growing channel. Feel free to join us. We're here to teach you, to help you understand so that you can become an effective trader and build an awesome career path in trading. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.